My name is Alexis Free-Jenkins, and I'm running to be Student Body Vice President. I have three main platform ideas, and they're pretty much holistically centered around the whole campus, so they don't really want to help specific groups on campus. They're support, unify, and grow, and under each I have 7 to 10 little initiatives that will help the student body as a whole, and that will hopefully build the student body to a better one, Carolina, which is my slogan. So under support, I want to support students academically and physically by expanding tutoring sessions and SI sessions for upper level classes, as well as getting a mental awareness campaign that will run monthly so that students know the resources they have on campus and they know how to get help if they need help. And under Unify, I want to expand the funding for the Office of Multicultural Student Affairs so they can better fund and deal with the issues that arise on campus and better support the students that we have on campus. And then I also want to expand the treasurer workshops so students can get funding for events and they can get better room reservations, because I know that's a really hassle for a lot of organizations on campus. And then lastly, I want to grow the student body, and I want to do that by expanding parking. I know it's really hard, but a lot of our garages on campus can be expanded upwards, and I don't think a lot of students know that, and if we can advocate and push for that, that'll be something that can increase parking immensely. And then lastly, or not lastly, but one of the other things, I want to make a campus activity board that takes the events from around the greater Columbia area, make students aware of them, and shuttle students back and forth so that they can not only get the experience of being a student here at the campus of USC Columbia, but also the experience of being a student in the greater Columbia city, because a lot of students are from out of state and they don't necessarily get the experience of being in the Columbia city outside of the university. And so altogether, I just want to support, unify, and grow the student body and really work with each other. I don't want the attention to be on student government. I want to take it more so onto the student body, because I think that through the student body we can do our most help for the students, and we're here for the students in general. And so if we didn't have you all, we would not have a student government, and I think that's where our focus should be, and not so much on making student government better, just fixing the people in student government and making the student body better. So not so much specific initiatives. I think that, well, I am the only female running, and I'm one of 3 minorities, and so a lot of the issues that arise on campus I'm very in tune with. And we have a campus that's only over 54% female, and so being the only female that's running and seeing that we have not very high representation of females in student government is something that's really shocking to me. Being that that's such a powerful and strong voice on campus, it's very underutilized. And so as being the female running in exec, I really want to help make sure that other females know that they have the power to run, they can do it all, and they can be successful in whichever paths they choose to be in. And I think that a lot of times we have men speak for women, and I'm not saying men can't speak for women, but I'm saying a woman can do it so much better. So right now, as it stands, we have, I'm not really sure the exact number, but only a few organizations on campus are able to go to the treasurer workshops and request funding from our treasurer. And I don't think that's how we should be doing. I think every student organization on campus should be able to receive funds and receive room reservations so they can have meetings on campus. And so first we need to make sure that organizations are aware of the treasurer workshops so they can host events and go to conferences without having to come out of their pocket, because I know a lot of organizations probably can't do that and their students can't fund events. And so first we need to make awareness that the treasurer is there working for you all, and then we need to increase the amount of organizations that are approved to get this funding. And so in order to do that, I think we need to just make the treasurer be something that's there and everyone knows about it, and all the treasurers in those organizations are not so much required, but feel that they can come to the treasurer workshops and receive funding. And so I really want to work closely with whoever everyone chooses to be our treasurer. And I have a really good relationship with both of the people that are running, and so I think that that would be a really good avenue to make sure that organizations feel that they have the means to do their events and their conferences. And so I think that initially our student government and student body are seen as 2 separate entities, and a lot of people in student government like to put themselves above the student body as in they're separate, and I don't think that's how we should be going about it. I think that we're all students and we should all make that really connection with the students. And so I really want to just make a really friendly face to student government so that people know they can come in, and our Student Leadership and Services office is open for students 24/7 to come, not 24/7, but to come in and study, and no one goes in there except for student government. And I think that's horrible. We should be making it so that students feel that they can come in. And so by doing that, I just want to do really great outreach. So I want to go to these organizations, meet people, meet their leadership, let them know that they can come in, whether it be to study or to just talk to our exec board so that they can get some insight on what's going on campus and make sure that everyone knows what's happening. And then I also want to send out a weekly newsletter every day after Senate, which is on Wednesdays, so that students can vote on the legislation that's going up across the table. Because I know a lot of things happen behind the scenes with a lot of organizations and student government on campus, and no one really knows what's going on until like it pops up, and then still students don't know if it's really happening. And so I think the weekly newsletter that basically details everything that's happening in Senate, everything that will be coming across the table, everything that's going to President Pastides, they can vote on it, vote if they like it or not, vote if they want to see things changed. And I think that's a really good outreach way, because students, by having it in their email, they wouldn't have to go out of their way to go find information. We're giving it to them, we're bringing student government to the students, and they can feel more involved on campus. Because we're in a city environment, and so that's really difficult, but I've been in talks with the Office of Transportation, and a lot of our garages on campus, like Bull Street Garage, if y'all like notice, it has the upper level where it has the where the stairs go up to, but there's nothing up there. So our garages are meant to be expanded upwards. And I think that if we pose it to administration the right way, if we come with a proposal, come with a plan, they'd be more open to hearing it out instead of just saying, oh, we need to expand parking. If we have a plan set in place, which I do, it would be really easy for them to see that we're not just coming with blank ideas. We're coming with a plan, and they can see it like happen really quickly. I also want to expand it so that, or I really want to rearrange how we do parking, because a lot of upperclassmen students, they have to fight for a park on an everyday basis just to go to class, and I don't think that's very beneficial, because you shouldn't have to fight for your education or to be in class. So I really want to rearrange it so that freshmen park on surface lots and then commuting students park in the garages, because freshmen are more likely to leave their cars there and not move, and that's not really how we should be going about it. And then I want to expand it so that we buy surface lots around the city and expand shuttle routes and hours, so that students can be shuttled back and forth to these surface lots, so that they don't have to like leave their car and forget about it, but we're there so they can go every 15 minutes or so to the shuttle and then go to their car and then come back. But then we make it so that it's easier for commuting students to also be parked on campus. So like I said, I really want to support, unify, and grow the student body here at Columbia. A lot of times everyone is so put off about student government and how we conduct business and how we're all this entity that seems that we're better than everyone else, but I don't think that's the case at all. And like I said earlier, I am a student, and I am here, and I really want to fight for you all. And I'm not so much centered around trying to better student government. I don't think that's where the focus should be at all. I think our focus should be on the student body, because through the student body we can get so much more done than through the 50 or so people we have in student government. So if we come together with a strong unified voice, it'll be a lot more powerful to administration, and then we're more likely to get a lot more done. And so under Support, Unify, and Grow, like I said, I have 7 to 10 initiatives under each, and they aim to help the student body and not certain groups on campus. I don't want to say that I'm not like there for everyone, and so my ideas are holistic. And I do think that I'm the best candidate for the position, just because I feel like I have a lot of experiences. I'm a Senate page. I have a lot of that real legislative experience with senators. And then I have a bunch of leadership experience. I've been in student government since my freshman year here at Columbia, and I've just been very in events across campus, and I've been very in touch with a lot of the students. And I know that they see things that could happen on campus, but they don't see these things happening. And so as vice president, I really want to take the student voice and make sure things are being done and make sure that their voices are being enacted upon, because a lot of times students say things and they have all these initiatives that they want to happen, and they have all these concerns, but no one hears them. And I will be that person to hear the concerns, because I'm very interested in making sure that everyone has their place on campus and everyone feels comfortable on campus. And so thank you all again. Alexis Free-Jenkins, SUG, Support, Unify, and Grow.